This question is number 12, and it states, Jenny has two part-time jobs for the summer. She cleans as a senior citizen center and also works in the grocery store. Jenny makes $9 an hour when she works at the senior citizen center and $8 an hour when she works at the grocery store. Every week there are different constraints on the number of hours she can devote to her job. The situation is represented in the following polygon of constraints. You'll notice here the coordinates of the vertices of the polygon P is 520, so 520, that's P. Q is 1520 over here, and R is 15 and 0, where X is the number of hours worked as senior citizens, and Y is the number of hours worked at the grocery store. Since Jenny will be playing in a soccer tournament this week, she can work at most 30 hours. So right away, that's a key new constraint, and you need to write that down. Question here is, by how much will Jenny's maximum possible income decrease because of this additional constraint? Show all your work. Okay, the key once again is, since Jenny will be playing the soccer tournament this week, she can work at most 30 hours. So we know that at most can be shown by with this symbol. At most 30. And you also know that with her two jobs, it's X and Y. So X plus Y is less than or equal to 30. She can at most do 30 hours. The number here has to be less than. She can do 25, she can do 20, and those are the kind of numbers you want to play with to make sure that you're doing it right. So obviously you can't graph this. You need to turn it into standard form. So then you've got Y is less than or equal to minus X plus 30. And from here, you can graph it. What I'll do with this graphing is show you on a new graph paper. Okay, tried to pause and obviously that didn't work. That's what happens when you're live. So let's take this out here and use a different style of paper. Which is not that. And I found you here. How do I select it now? Okay, here we go. So I'm going to just create this graph that looks something like this. you'll notice, let's say for every 1, it's 5. And for every 1 here, it's also 5. First point we said was 520. So it'd be here. Okay. We call that guy P. It's really based on this box there we have here. It's P, 520. We've got Q, which is 1520. And we've got R, which is 15.0. Excuse my ruler. Okay. Now, this new polygonic constraints really happens when you've got x plus y is less than or equal to 30, which when we turn it to standard form, turned into y is less than or equal to minus x plus 30. Now, to graph that, I'll just choose a different color here, and I'll start off at 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's my new point over here, which needs a little bit of mustard. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There we go. And minus x means, as you know, minus x, it really means minus 1. It's an imaginary 1. So it's minus 1 really means minus 1 over 1. The top number, the numerator, always tells you up or down. And this bottom number is always to the right. So because it's minus 1, so it tells you it's down. So down 1, right 1. Down 1, right 1. And you're right here. Down 1, right 1 over here. Down 1, right 1 over here. Down 1, right 1 over here. That's pretty annoying. And so forth. I would use a ruler. Okay. And so you notice this new constraint affects the profit that Jenny can make. So let's take a look at what her profit really is. So we look at we look at creating a table by putting the points P, Q, and R, putting the rule. Based on the question, the rule is she makes $8 an hour. She makes $9 an hour when she works for the senior citizen. So $9 an hour, senior citizen. Okay, so I'm reading this over here. And the question is 9 the X or the Y? And X, senior citizen. So the rule is 9X plus, and she makes $8 an hour working at the grocery store. And the grocery store is the Y. So the rule is 9X plus 8Y. Point P, as we know, is 520. And the way you do that is then 9 times X, which is 5, plus 8Y. Y now is 20. 9 times 5 is 45. 8 times 120, excuse me, 8 times 20 is 160. if you add them up together, you get 205. You do the same thing for Q, which is 1520, and you get 295. And for R, which is 150, and you get a price of, or an income, excuse me, of 135. You'll see she makes the most at $295. Okay, which is point Q, which is right here. So here is her maximum revenue. Now, her maximum revenue, as you noticed, went down based on this new constraint. And if you notice carefully, that point over there, you just got to plot it. So with new constraint, the new point is 1515, which is really based on 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15. It's right here. That's the new constraint. So plug it in again. You see, you have fun doing it once, twice, 3 times. Here we're doing it, we're really having 4 times the fun. And again, just to clarify, excuse me, based on this rule, 9 times x plus 8 times y, 9 times 15 plus 8 times 15, you get 255. And if you compare 295 and 255, so when you compare something, you subtract them. So maybe 3 dots, which means therefore 295 minus 255 equals a $40 difference. And that's your answer. Excuse my writing, a little bit messy this time.